This time for driving leads into your CRM class, we will hand off to Kristen and she will take us for a walk through this process. Go for it, Kristen.
All right, thank you. So today we're going to actually talk about creating lead pages that help drive traffic directly into your website. So lead pages or capture pages. Sometimes you may hear them be called squeeze pages if you've taken some webinars. They're landing pages for people to enter their information or enter some kind of information in order to get access to something else or request information. Whatever they're for, it's to basically make sure that you get a name, a phone number, an email, some way to contact a client in order to generate new business. I have added every single lead page that's available to be added to our websites on Ralston's webpage. So if you go to ralstonaudain.com after class, this is a great way for you to be able to see all the different pages that are available for you to add, and we're going to show you how to do that. But I wanted to show you what we were working with before I showed you how to add them today. So I'm on Ralston's website, and if you'll notice at the very top of the screen, I've added two new drop-downs. One is called System Lead Page Examples. These are forms that are pre-built into the system that you can use all the time. They're things like request a CMA or get pre-approved, get relocation requests, schedule a home tour. This is all to basically have a landing page for any kind of marketing that you happen to be doing. Notice that there's also something here at the bottom called custom form. I'm going to show you how that custom form works and how you can use it to generate leads for things like maybe a webinar or a virtual home showing, some kind of information that you'd want to put out there. When we get beyond COVID-19, this might be a great way for you to do invitations for your client appreciation parties as well. The other type of lead pages we have are just what we call our standard lead page examples. These might include open house sign-in forms or just contact me forms. We also have new forms called home value forms, and I'm going to show you those in a second. Let me start with our system lead page example so you can see what's already built into the system and what you can use at any time. So we have something like this, the competitive market analysis form. Notice there's a lot of information on here. Maybe this is something that you want to put out on Facebook that says, not sure what your home value is. The market is always changing. Contact me for a competitive market analysis. Maybe this isn't the type of form that we put right into our buy side tool. Maybe you want to gather more information. Maybe you send out a link for this form in a postcard to your neighborhood farm that says, that you're doing free competitive market analysis on all the homes in this particular neighborhood. If you're ready to, if you'd like a report or an appointment, can you, go to this website and fill out this information? So it's asking for a lot more information other than just your name and phone number. Let me show you a couple of other ones. We have things like get pre-approved. We're going to cover how much is your homework in just a second. An information request that has a little bit more on here. How did you hear about us? Best time to be reached. Contact me. These are extra things we don't always ask for in the smaller forms. Here's something interesting, relocation request. What if you're doing a lot of military advertising? What if you want to use the AdWorks tool and you actually want to advertise in San Diego or DC or all the different places where people PCS from for our area, and you want to drop them down to something like, I would be happy to help you with your relocation to this area. Please fill out this form. I'll send you a free packet or get you connected with, the resources you need. So things like that can be used for the relocation request. Here's something for a seller request. Are you ready to sell your home? You can actually have a form that collects all that information for you. But here's the fun one, the custom form. I created this one for a fake first-time home buyers webinar, and you can register below and hit submit. So this box up here at the top is a blank slate. I happen to add these two images in here. You could use this for registering for a client appreciation party, or I've had agents who use this for things like a giveaway. It's a great way to collect information And all of this information automatically goes into your client manager in Town Central. You also, depending on your settings, get an email or a text message that this has come in, or if you have it set up that way. So those are the system lead page examples. And then we also have some standard lead page examples. Now, I haven't done any modifications to this one, except for that last one I'll show you in a second. But I'll show you where you can modify this information. We also have things like an open house sign-in. You could have this screen available on your phone or on a tablet at an open house. And you could have people sign in electronically as they come in. This would automatically drop into your CRM or your client manager on Town Central. And then you could set these people up who came to your open house for a drip campaign about thank you for coming to my open house today. If there's anything I can do for you, maybe send them another message in 3 days that says, I would love to set you up for a save search on properties that were similar to the one you came to visit. Let me know how I can help. You can also set them up for a property search if you happen to talk to them at the open house, and maybe this one wasn't what they were looking for, but you want to set them up on a save search to receive property notifications. Their information is already in the system for you. We have 2 different kinds of open house sign-in forms. This one's a little bit more simple. So when it's asking, are you working with an agent? Are you pre-approved for a mortgage? How soon are you looking to move? This is all basic information that would typically be on a paper sign-in form, except you can gather more information electronically. We also have standard lead forms. These are just basic information, and you can make these about anything. Remember, I said I had not changed any of these forms. This is how they come out of the system. They're ready to be customized. This can be anything. This could be, email me for, enter your name and phone number, or enter your name and email address to get my free moving report or my free checklist. Any kind of information or item of value that you'd like to give out. And once they send you the information, you can actually send them back to a page that has the download of the PDF or that has the information that they're looking for. This could just be a simple contact me form. It could be as simple as, I would love to work with you. Please enter your name and email address to contact me at any time. So all of these background images that you see can be changed. Everything you see here can be edited and changed except for the fields. So these are standard fields, but you can even change, instead of saying send, you can say something like get the PDF instead. Okay. We have a couple of other examples. Again, all of those background images can be changed. Something nice and bold. This one's set up for ready for your first home. This can actually be changed. Great way to start marketing to first-time home buyers. You can change the text that's in here, but you can also use this maybe with a great first-time home buyer image on Facebook or Instagram and have them drop down directly to this form. Again, any information that they put in here would go directly into your client manager, so you would not have to enter it. We also have things like, what is my home worth? Now notice that this doesn't go directly to your buy side tool on here. They're asking for information and then send. Sometimes we want to offer the buy side tool, but sometimes we're doing a different type of marketing and we may just want to gather that information so that we can send them a report. So these tools are available here. You don't have to use the what is my home worth lead form just for what is my home worth. You can say something up here like contact me or I'd love to talk to you. So you can change this. You can change this. You just can't change your fields, but you can also change the background photo. So don't be afraid to use something like what is my home worth lead pages for something completely different. You can customize all of these. If you just like the look, go ahead and use the page. So I'm going to take you down here to the home value form 4, and you'll notice that I have already customized this one. So I changed the background to the stairs. What is my home's value? Check current market values for your home and add profiles of potential buyers. Enter your information below and let's get started. So I'm going to put in a fake person here. James Seller at fakeemail.com. And notice it doesn't say send. I already changed this. It says click to enter your address. Okay. So if I do that, Look what happens. So not only did I collect their information, so that email has started to make its way over to Ralston right now. That gave them a first name, a last name, an email address, and a phone number. But then I have also directed them down to our buy-side tool where they can go ahead and put in their address. And Ralston may, if they put in an address here, they can get their free report, but he's also going to get another email that has the address that they put in. So this is a great way to collect information. I know that on buy side, when we've used this tool before, sometimes you only get the address. They don't go as far as claiming the listing or changing anything or putting in their name and email in order to, to get more information or monthly reports. The only thing we have is that home address. What a great way to collect both pieces of information by creating what is my home's value lead form to get information right up front and then asking them to put in their address. So you get both pieces of information. If you take anything away from this class today, it is this form right here and what I've done. Okay. All right. Let me show you how you can create all of these forms. It is really easy. So I am in Town Central. I'm logged in as Ralston. And I'm going to add a page to my website in order to make this happen. So I'm going to go to Site Builder, and I'm going to go to Collections, and I'm going to go to Interior Pages. Remember, anything that is not the home page is considered an interior page. It's going to take us to a list of all the different pages that we have available on our website right now. So notice these are all our live pages. Some of these say lead form. These are the forms that I just showed you. Okay. I'm going to show you how you can add one. I'm going to hit add, the button add right here. And what we're looking at today is all the way down in the lower right-hand corner, lead form. Okay. It's going to ask us for a name for our lead form. So for this one, I'm just going to say, let's pretend we're making an open house sign in for a particular property. So we'll do 123 Main Street open house, because we want to know the people that come directly from just the open house for 123 Main Street, so we can market to them specifically. Okay. And then it's going to ask us to pick a form layout. Now remember, I just showed you two different kinds of forms. We had the system lead forms. Those were things like the seller request and the relocation request. And then we had the regular lead pages, which were kind of the fancy, more graphic pages that I showed you. I'm going to go ahead and click lead pages because that's what we want. Okay. And you'll notice that all the templates that I just showed you are shown here. Now we do add to this from time to time. We started out with 4. You can see we are up to 10. So we add lots of different layouts every so often. So we can choose an open house form. We have 2 that have all the open house information. We have this one here or this one here. I'm going to go with this top one. All I have to do is click it, and notice the Cabernet bar comes around it. And I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and hit create. Okay, that's going to take me back to my interior pages, and it's going to add the lead form to my list. And it's in alphabetical order. Obviously, 123 Main Street is going to show up at the top of the list because of the 123. But if we had named this Main Street Open House, it would be found down here under the M's. So we can go ahead and edit this form. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Edit Page. And remember, I said we could edit anything except for the fields. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Interior Pages on the left-hand side. And it's going to open up all the information that I can change. So the first 2 things it's going to ask me to do are to pick a desktop background and a mobile background image if I would like. So this isn't 123 Main Street. This is the generic one. Maybe I have a beautiful photo of the living room or the view from 123 Main Street, and I want to make this house specific. You can just go ahead and click that button. It's going to bring up our image gallery. You can add your image up here if you want to add a custom image. For today, I'm just going to go ahead and click a company image and grab something that's just different so you can see an example. Grab this one with a nice clean dresser here. Again, we're just clicking and hitting select. Notice that it changed the background. So this is what it would look like on desktop. Notice you have a second button here, and you probably haven't seen this before if you haven't been working with lead pages, which is the mobile background image. We know that when people fill out forms, they're often doing it on their phone or on a tablet. So you'll want to customize that mobile background image as well. And it may be different than your desktop background image. So if I click that, with a mobile, I'm going to want to pick something that's nice and clean right in the center, just because the image is usually smaller. See if we can find something that's nice and clean right in the middle. This one. So now when somebody looks on mobile, it's going to just show that nice wall in the middle there. Okay. So again, we can change any of this. So ready to look, find an open house in your area. Well, we made this directly for 123 Main Street. So I'm going to say, welcome to the 123 Main Street open house. Let's say something like, we're so happy you are here. Please sign. Okay. So the nice thing about this too is that in the age of no contact, you can also give someone this URL. So if we're at Ralston Audain's open house, he may say something like, hi, can you, I'd love to have you sign in electronically. You can do it right from your phone. You can go to ralstonaudain.com/open house and sign in for me. I would love it. And then they can use their own equipment. They don't have to worry about touching a tablet or touching a computer or a desktop. You can have them sign in directly from their phone. And it's great for a COVID-19 no touch contact. Okay. So remember, we can't change the fields, but we can change what this word says on the button. So maybe we don't want to say send. We want to say register. Okay. You have the ability to redirect to another URL. So if you don't put anything in this box, it's just going to give them a thank you for submitting the form, some kind of appropriate thank you message, and that's the default all the time. Remember I showed you that how much is your home worth? In the redirect URL, I went ahead and put in the URL for the buy side tool so that instead of getting a little thank you message, they were redirected directly to the buy side tool. You could use this to redirect to another page on your website. Remember I said that if you wanted to get information, like please, fill in your information and get my free moving checklist, or, get my free relocation packet, or get my, whatever item of value you want to give away. And if it goes to another page where they can get that information, that's where you'd put this. I'm just going to leave this blank for right now because I just want them to get a simple thank you for coming to my open house. And that's it. We don't need to make any other changes. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish page because I'm done making all the changes to this. All right. Now that page is live and ready to go. Now we made this URL a little bit long. It's going to actually say ralstonaudain.com/123 Main Street open house, but that's okay. Let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to copy this just to make my life easy. And let's go to Ralston's website here so you can see what that looks like. Okay. And there's that welcome to the 123 Main Street open house. And there's all the information that you created. All right. Let me show you how to do that URL redirect so that you can see what it would look like to create that how much is your home worth page and then redirect them to another page on your website or something like the buy side tool. So let's do this again. Okay. I'm actually going to go back to Ralston's website here because I'm going to have to grab that buy side tool website address. So I'm just going to preemptively load it up here at the top just so I can copy this when I'm ready. All right. All right, I'm going to start from the beginning again. Site Builder, Collections, Interior Pages. It's going to bring us to that list. And we're going to hit Add. So we're going all the way down to the lead forms. And it's asking us for a lead form name. So maybe we'll do something like Maybe we're going to send this in a postcard. So we'll say something like Allenton home value. And then if we want to put it in a postcard, we can send it out as ralstonaudain.com/Allenton home value. And somebody who is a seller can go directly to that page right from the postcard that we're going to send out. Okay. I'm going to choose those lead pages. And I'm going to pick one of these. What is my home worth? I like this one. We haven't used this one yet. Again, Cabernet bar goes around it when I select it, and I'm going to hit create. Okay. Remember, it goes in alphabetically. So here's Allenton home value. I just created that, and it's a lead form. And I'm going to go ahead and edit that page. Okay. I'm going to click interior pages on the left-hand side. It's going to bring up all the things that are editable on this page. So it's telling me I can put in a desktop image or a mobile image, and then I can change the words at the top. What is my home worth? You can change the text here and here. Again, you can't change the fields, but we can change what that button says. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and redirect it over to our buy-side tool. Okay, so let me show you how this works. Maybe we have a picture of a home right in Allenton. We are making this very, very specific so people know that we really are the neighborhood expert. It's not something generic. This would be a great time to add a photo of a listing that you've taken in the neighborhood if you have one with your sign out front so people really know that it's very personal. In this case, I'm going to pick a stock image that we have just because I don't have a picture of a listing we have in Allenton right now. I'm just going to grab this one just for example. Okay. And then we can change these. So I'm going to change this to what is your Allenton home worth? We're making it really personal. Okay. Check current values for your home and view profiles of potential buyers. I want to leave that exactly where it is. It's exactly what I want it to say. Let's put a call to action in here. We'll say, enter your name and email address to get started. So it's a call to action. All right. And then we'll say something like, click to enter your address. So we're telling them exactly what's going to happen when they click that button. All right. Now, if we had left this alone and left it as send or anything else, they would have just gotten a nice simple thank you. You would have had to follow up. You'll have to give them their CMA. You'll have to, stop by or email them the CMA materials. But in this case, we want to redirect them to the buy side tool, just so we can give them more value for coming to our website. Okay. So we're going to go to this section here that says redirect URL. Leave blank, and it'll just say a thank you. But in this case, we're going to tell them to go somewhere else. So as soon as they hit that button, we want it to go here. So I'm just going to copy that URL. Okay. Going back to my editor, and I'm going to pop that in right here. Okay. So now we're telling it, as soon as they click that button, we want it to go to this page. I'm done making all my changes, so I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. And let's take a look at what that looks like live on the website. So we made this the Allenton home value. So I can go ahead and put this on a postcard. I can put this on Nextdoor. I can, put this out on my Facebook page. I can put this on my Instagram, and I can speak directly to those sellers and those homeowners in Allenton and ask them, do you know how much your home is worth? I would love to help you find out. Okay. So we can go ahead and put in some information here. I'm not going to put in my address. Put in 6 months. Say something like, okay, we're looking to sell this December. And then click to enter your address. And notice that instead of saying thank you, it redirected directly down here. That redirect URL can be used on anything. It can go to another tool. It can go to another page on your website. It can be whatever you'd like, or you can leave it again as just a simple thank you if somebody fills out a form. So while all this has been going on, Ralston has received several emails from all of our little tests that we've done here. And they have said that you have a new lead. I want to make sure that your settings for your leads are correct. So when you get done with this, I would like you all to log into Town Central, and I'd love for you to go to your profile. You can get to your profile by clicking your name and your picture up in the upper right-hand screen and clicking the profile button. Okay. If you scroll all the way down, you have a section right here that says Instant Lead Acceptance. And it tells you, and you can say that you want to put in your email address and your cell phone number. And you can say that for your leads, you would like to accept it as an email only, a text only, or use both. So you get both an email and a text when any of these forms are filled out, or when people use any kind of lead generation on your website. So even if it's a schedule a showing or request more information on a particular home that might be on your website, or any of the buttons that we've put lots and lots of calls to action all over the website. And when people contact you, this section here is how you will receive the leads from the system. So make sure that this information is correct, and make sure that your settings are set up that if you'd like to use both, to make sure that you get these leads in a timely manner, that you've gone ahead and clicked use both. If you make any changes to this section, just hit submit, and it'll go ahead and save your changes. So I know that before class started, we went ahead and accepted a lead from James Person right here. So this was one of the leads that I had gone ahead and put in the system ahead of time. And notice that he shows up as a new contact. So he had requested, I believe, information on how much my home is worth. He was one of the people that was redirected. And notice that his information has gone directly in here. So Ralston got the email. He hit accept on the lead. And then that information was added directly into the client manager right here. Okay. If I click this web activity tab on the left-hand side, notice I'm still under James Person. Okay. You can see what lead form he submitted. This keeps track of everything that's happened for this client here. If I hit open, I can see that he came in on home value form 4. So maybe, we'll just pretend that he came in on that Allenton home value. It's going to always show you that the site source was that particular form. So if you're creating these custom forms for custom uses, you'll always be able to keep track of your source site. I love this, especially if you're running a lot of Facebook ads that have different messages to them. You'll be able to see which forms they come in on, so that you can gauge which messages may be working better, which ads might be working better. You'll always be able to see what neighborhood they come in from. So that site source comes in handy. You can create as many lead pages as you'd like. You can create one and use it all the time. You can create, as many as you'd like for as many different reasons. It's only up to you. Okay. I'm going to go back to the dashboard here. And I would be happy to take any questions at this time.
Hey, Kristen.
Yeah.
How do you get rid of those clients or those leads that you no longer want on there and they don't want to hear from you anymore?
You can go ahead and delete a client fairly easily out of the system. So if you just go to clients and contact list, all of your contacts should be in here. If you just tick a question mark next to it, or a check mark next to it, here's James Doe. Maybe he doesn't want to hear from us anymore, or he's from 2014 and we know he's not gonna buy or sell. We could just hit delete contacts down here. So check mark and then delete contacts.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you have a question, feel free to unmute and relay your question to Kristen. All right. If there are no other questions, thank you for joining us for this session. Another good one, and this wraps up our training blitz for today. We have more training classes scheduled for tomorrow, so please have a look at the email that came from training, and Tim and the team will be happy to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.